You didn't ask me to walk the stairs with that gift. Well, thank you, everyone. Excuse me, and welcome. I would like to read a proclamation from the city of Tacoma in celebration of National Day of Prayer. Whereas the Senate of the United States, devoutly recognizing the supreme authority and just government of Almighty God in all the affairs of men and nations, has by a resolution requested the President to designate and set apart a day for national prayer and humiliation. And whereas the history of our nation is indelibly marked with the role that prayer has played in the lives of individuals and the nation. And whereas historically our greatest leaders have turned to prayer in times of crisis and thanksgiving. And whereas the virtues of prayer reflect a common bond, hopes and aspirations, sorrow and fear, remorse and renewed resolve, thanks and joyful praise, and most of all, love. Now, therefore, I, Marilyn Strickland, Mayor of the City of Tacoma, on behalf of the City Council, do hereby proclaim May 5th, 2011, as National Day of Prayer in our city, in keeping with the wishes of Congress, and I urge all citizens to join me in this very special observance. Now, in the earlier portion of the proclamation, I talked about the resolution requested by the President, and I want to share a few of his words. Throughout our history, Americans have turned to prayer for strength, inspiration, and solidarity. Prayer has always played an important role in the American story in shaping our nation's leaders. President Abraham Lincoln once said, "I have been driven many times upon my knees by the overwhelming conviction that I have nowhere else to go. My own wisdom and that of all about me seemed insufficient for the day." The late Coretta Scott King recounted a particularly difficult night during the Montgomery bus boycott when her husband, Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., received a threatening phone call and prayed at the kitchen table, saying, "Lord, I have nothing left. I have nothing left. I have come to the point where I can't face it alone." Dr. King said in that moment of prayer, he was filled with a sense of comfort and resolve, which his wife credited as a turning point in the civil rights movement. It is thus fitting that from the earliest years of our country's history, Congress and presidents have set aside days to recognize the role that prayer has played in so many definitive moments in our history. On this National Day of Prayer, let us follow the example of President Lincoln and Dr. King. Let us be thankful for the liberty that allows people of all faiths to worship or not worship according to the dictates of their conscience. And let us be thankful for the many other freedoms and blessings that we often take for granted. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here today. I am honored and privileged to be here. Thank you.